If I take control of my claim, if I don't blame someone else and I put it all on myself, I can change me all day. I can gain more understanding and more knowledge in everything, but I cannot force someone else to do their job better. All right, what's going on, everybody? I am David Davis, owner and founder of All Veteran Disability Claims, and I want to just welcome you to just your journey in taking these steps in getting the disability rating that you deserve. I know it's not always easy. If you are here, you're either found out that this is not a simple task that you were taught while you were in the military, or even, really talked about. There's a lot of us that got out the military and we didn't go to the clinic a whole lot or the doctor's office. And we just don't have a lot of stuff in our records. If we had issues going on, we just pressed on, right? So if you are here, you fit into a few different categories. You could be a veteran that just got out the military and you want to make sure that you file your VA disability claim the right way. You can be a veteran that got out the military 20, 30 years ago and you failed a few different times and you're wanting to get this thing right. Or you could be a veteran that got out the military many years ago and you never filed a VA disability claim. You don't even know where to start with this, right? We're all coming from different walks in this arena, in this process, right? I started my process back in 2006 when I got out the military, and I quickly realized and was humbled by the fact that I didn't know anything about this process. First off, we really didn't talk about a whole lot of it when we were in the military. And then there was a fear that was there because you didn't want to jeopardize your security clearance. You didn't want to jeopardize your job. You didn't know what the ins and outs were. And there wasn't a whole lot of information. We didn't even have YouTube back then, right? So we're coming into a time right now to where we have an abundance of information and it's out there, but there's so much of it, we still don't know where to start. For me, it was a time frame of just failing. It was failing and then more failing until it got to the point to where I had to win. I had to, right? Because I have 5 children. I'm married for 22 years. And my wife is also a veteran, but we didn't know anything about what was needed. We didn't know how to, how we were going to really take care of our family the way we needed to. And we were just living, right? We both got out of the military in the same month, the staff sergeants in the military at that time. And I had a guaranteed job. She had a guaranteed job, and it was great, right? So we thought, but what we found out quickly is that life is real. Life outside of the military is even more real, right? You don't have anything to fall back on, right? You didn't have a guaranteed paycheck, so life started happening, right? I had my job and I realized that I didn't make as much money as I thought I was going to make. She had her job, but it was a contract position and it ended within the very first year that she got out the military. So, and she was pregnant, right, with our second child, right? So we had these things going on. So I couldn't change positions, right? I still needed to go to school. Now we have our second child on the way. The job ended when she was 6 months pregnant. So that job ended, and it turned out that, it would be better for her not to go to work because of how much it was going to cost for us to pay for daycare, right? So life just kept on happening for us. And it came to the point to where we had to make some hard decisions. I had multiple jobs. I talk about this in other videos that I've done. I've had multiple jobs. I went back into the reserves, not only because I wanted to be back around the military atmosphere and get the training and different things like that, but I also enjoyed the camaraderie, but I also needed some more money, right? I needed something that was going to keep on giving me a little bit more money. And that little bit, a couple $100s a month that I was going to get was better than not having that couple $100s a month. And then I had another job. I worked as a bellhop. I worked as a pizza delivery person. I worked at Lowe's, wherever I could find a position, I was working there. All right. And it's because I had 2 children. This was just getting out the military, had 2 children. And after we had our second child, we had our third, and then we had our fourth, and then we had our fifth, and life was still happening. So for me, this became something that was urgent. It was urgent, right? Because even me working the multiple jobs, even though I was willing to do it, it was taken away from my family and causing stress and strife and everything else. So, like I said, I don't know where you're coming from in this process. That's where I was coming from. But good news for you is I learned a lot of the mistakes that I don't want you to make. I've failed as many times as many of you that are out there. And I'm successful right now, right? Not only successful with my own VA disability claim, but I've helped thousands of other veterans through this process. And I want you to be one of those veterans also, right? So just to get started, right? The whole thing about this program is to be able to walk you from start to finish, right? Wherever you are, you can look at this program. You can get some valuable information from here, whether it be what types of claims to file, how to start, how to get logged into va.gov, how to create a good strategy for your own claim, what to send in with your claim versus what not to send in, what are some good and strong VA disability claims to file for, what's the trend going on right now, right? This is a good time for many veterans. There's some big changes that are taking place with the VA. I know that there have been some stressful points when it comes with the VA, but they're trying to make things better. I will say they started probably with the website, where the website is getting better. It's, not as confusing as it was, where we had an e-benefits website and we had a va.gov website, and you can get some information from e-benefits and get the other information from va.gov. Well, they're starting to make sure all that's combined, as well as creating the apps associated with it. So there's lots of good, valuable resource that's out there. So that's where you need to start, right? But when it comes to this claim process, not only do I want to give you the information and give you the power to be able to go out and do this on your own, I want to make sure that you're coming in with the right mindset. Because, just like I said, I went through a lot of failure when I was going through this. And I don't want you to have to do the same things that I did. But some of us have already started that process of going through the failure and feeling what it feels like to not be validated when it comes to your VA disability claim. I don't know about everybody, and I won't say that everyone is upstanding in this situation, but I'm an honest person, right? I'm not a liar, and when you are told that you're lying, or you feel like someone's thinking that you're lying, then it causes more grief than anything, right? After going through the service, after going through the injuries, after going through making a decision that many people haven't made. As a matter of fact, 99% of the people in this country haven't made, and only 1% did, and that was to serve your country. You get told that, oh, no, that didn't happen. That's not service connected and not valid. That's whatever. And you're trying to prove what you went through and what you're feeling to someone that wasn't there, right? And that's discouraging, right? But I will tell you that you don't stay there. You don't have to stay there. And to truly come out of that mindset, you want to just take ownership of your entire claim, right? Take ownership of your claim. Believe me, it's going to help you out in the long run. I was in a dark place for a long time to where I was thinking, man, they're out to get me. They don't care about me. VA is they're just putting people out there that are not going to take care of you. And, the government doesn't care and all this stuff like that. And I'm with naysayers that are out there talking about how bad the VA is. I won't say that every aspect of the VA is great, or that, not every individual that is doing your claim or working your claim are the best people in the job. But I will say that probably majority of them are. And they're just overworked and underpaid. And especially if you're going to a VSO and all these different things. And there's a lot of stuff that goes in with that. But not giving them any excuses, but more so I'm telling you that, hey, if you take control of your claim, if you take responsibility for your claim, it's going to take you much further than you blaming someone else. Let me explain that for a second. If I go to a compensation and pension exam and the evaluator or the examiner, the doctor that's seeing me, if I feel like they don't care and they're not taking care of me and they're not doing this, they're not doing that, I can't do anything about it, right? I'm just a victim, right? And I'm being victimized by this person, and I can't change them. I can tell on them and be upset with them, but I can't change them. If the rater that gets the information that's making the decision on your claim doesn't care about you. They're just trying to get you off their desk, and they're just putting denied and stamping denied, not service connected on all your stuff. If it's them and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then you can't do anything about it, but possibly get upset and tell on them and call the White House line and all that stuff like that. But in reality, if I can gain more information, more understanding of this process, then I could probably win my claim, right? If I take control of my claim, if I don't blame someone else and I put it all on myself, I can change me all day. I can gain more understanding and more knowledge and everything, but I cannot force someone else to do their job better. I can put more information in me and make sure that they are doing their job the right way. And yeah, I can probably fight a little bit better if they weren't doing their job the right way. But in reality, if I know that I don't know anything about this stuff, that I need to get some more information about it. And if I get that information, now I'm armed with the tools that I need to be successful, then okay, I've that, right? For me, like I said, I've gone through that process of not having the rating I deserved and not being service connected. And now I am 100% permanent and total service connected, right? So if it was on the rater, maybe. If it was on the examiner, maybe. I know it was 100, we'll say 99% on me, because I have the information now and I am successful now, right? But if you could put that together, then you can understand that, okay, you can go further with more information, right? You don't want to do this on your own. I don't care if you are going to a VSO or accredited agent or whatever. You don't want to do this on your own. Get some insight, look at YouTube. There's lots of videos out there. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of bad videos out there. Get your information where you can, right? So that's my soapbox. So I want to start where you are, right? And it doesn't matter if you are very successful and you've done this many different times. I want to talk to you about what a disability is, right? Because many people do not know what a disability is. Many people have 90% and they can't figure out why they're not getting service connected for sleep apnea or this apnea or whatever the situation is. And it comes down to you not understanding what a disability is, right? And it comes down to you not understanding where the compensation is coming from, right? So if you understand what compensation is, or what your VA disability rating compensation is, and you understand what disability is, or defined disability, then you can understand how you actually get your VA disability rating, right? So starting with disability. A disability is something that causes you to not be able to do something, right? You cannot perform a certain activity. You cannot mentally think through a certain situation. You cannot remember certain things. You cannot do a job the right way. You cannot perform with your family or friends and different things the way you used to because of whatever injury that you have. All right. It's not that you have a diagnosis for an injury or a diagnosis for a back problem or a diagnosis for even migraines or whatever the situation, PTSD, right? It's not that you have a diagnosis, it's that you have a disability. You have something, that diagnosis is causing you to not be able to do something. Okay. And that something tends to be around your job, mostly around your job, socially, with your family, with your friends, and, and so on, right? And we'll get deeper into that as we go through the lessons. But anyway, all right. So disability is stopping you from being able to do something. What is compensation? Well, compensation is almost like workman's comp, right? If you know anything about workman's comp, it's about the job. You can't do the job because of this, or you got injured on the job, so you can't do this. Right. Workman's comp, it doesn't, if you were at work and you got in a vehicle accident because you were driving your work vehicle and someone ran into you and it's their fault and all that stuff like that, and then you likely could get workman's compensation because you're at work. If you were on your way to work and you get in a vehicle accident or something like that, you're not going to get workman's compensation. That makes sense. The benefit is for veterans, when you're active duty anyway, because there's different things when it comes to reservists. When you're active duty military veteran, you're considered to always be at work. That's why they can tell you what to do no matter what time of the day it is. Bottom line. All right. So disability, compensation, understand those two things and you'll be fine as you're going through this process. Right. So I understand the frustrations. There's frustration when it comes to trying to get through this process and what to file, how to file it, what form to use, all these different things like that. We're going to get into all of that. So there's many of you that are, you recognize the system as being complicated. There's many of you that, that had trouble with VSOs and different people that are working for the system or whatever, or you don't understand the paperwork that they're sending you or whatever the situation is. There's lots of frustration. There's lots of reasons to be frustrated out there. What I'm asking you to do is to find a reason not to be frustrated, because if you're frustrated, it's going to be harder for you to work through this process. Okay. If you're looking at this as like, okay, we're starting at ground zero, let's go. And I'm sorry for all of y'all that are brand new to this process, but you're in a good boat. If you're coming in here and like I said, like you're like me and you've gone through the failures and stuff and so much time has gone by, 15 years for me, and a lot of financial heartache for me, right? Then you have the frustration, right? Desire is for this to be easy, right? The desire is for a process to be smooth and that for someone to walk us through every single step of the way. That's going to be the case in a lot of ways, and it's also not going to be the case in others. So when I'm walking you through this, I'm showing you how to do it the right way, right? I can't do it for you in that sense. A VSO can do it for you, but a VSO is also not going to, typically not going to do the things that I need to do because they have to see their next client, right? When you're walking through this thing, once you learn it, right? My desire is not only that you learn this process for yourself and that you get the financial increase and that you are able to take more than anything, that you have the rating that you are supposed to have, right? If it's 10%, if it's 0%, if it's 100%, the whole thing is that you have the rating that you're supposed to have and that you know that that's the rating that you're supposed to have, right? So some of this, you're going to have to face your fears and just take the leap. You can't mess anything up. If you have a certain claim and you have a high rating for that claim, I'm going to show you how to find out what the actual rating structure is for the individual claims that you're looking for. And it's simple, right? You just don't know where to look for it. And there's all of this information is out there. When you're looking at the how to determine, what VA disability rating you have and all that stuff like that, or what the VA is looking for. If you're looking at 38 CFR, Code of Federal Regulations, Part 4, that's going to spell out the different rating structures for each different claim that they are actually accepting. This is going to be an enlightening type situation to where you're able to walk through this and you'll be able to revisit all these different videos together. But please don't just skip through this introduction. This is right here. When it comes to your mindset, that is going to be important, right? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm happy for you. Thank you for joining us. And, again, even as you're going through this, if you find yourself still needing some more assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and my crew, and we can help you walk through this process together.